Good morning everyone. Welcome to Shiksha Kranti. Today we are going to do conceptual communication in this institute. Mainly two type of communications are taught and learnt here. First one is direct communication in which grammatical things are taught to students, and the second one is conceptual communication in which our thoughts, our ideas, our questions get answered by our seniors or sir. So today we are going to discuss a spiritual concept about Buddha. So I have some questions from Satyan sir. So first of all, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much.
And sir, my first question is that despite the fact Buddha read many books, he still say don't believe in philosophical things. So what does it mean?
When you say that Buddha went through many books, many philosophies, certainly he might have been. It is not that simply words came to him from the air. It was not that he was simply a learned person. He was not simply a philosopher. He was a seeker, he was seer, and he was doer also. So that is why he might have thought that if he started preaching simply, if he started giving sermons to others, people would become passive learner. So that is what we are promoting at this platform also. We tell students that please don't be passive learner, be active learner. For example, we do not deny the importance of philosophy, and we say that you should put that philosophy into practice. So when he wanted us not to get involved in philosophical things, as you were telling, all he meant was he just wanted us to put our idea into practice, not to simply be caught in the war of words. Like as we always say from this platform that Shabd thote chane bane. What?
Shabd dote?
Thote chane. Have you heard thota chana?
Thotha, I don't know.
Thota chana baje ghana. An empty vessel makes much noise. Adjal gagri.
Chalkat jaye.
Yes. So thota chana baje ghana. It means that if a person is of shallow knowledge, he will make so much noise. He will brag about his knowledge. He will boast of his learning. He will start talking big. यानी वो क्या बड़ी बड़ी बातें करना शुरू कर देगा. तो हम भी कई बार कहते हैं कि शब्द थोते चने बने, जोर जोर से बाजे घने, भीतर अर्थ निष्प्राण पड़े, शोर में जीवन संग्राम लड़े. यानी शब्द तो खूब बज रहे, लेकिन उसके अर्थों का क्या हो रहा है? Don't you think that this is the state of affairs today in the society?
Yes, sir, I think so.
Yeah, it is indeed. So I think such must have been the case in the time of Buddha as well. I think that's why he stopped the people of his time to go by philosophy. He simply wanted them to be seeker and doer. I think this must have been the case. Otherwise, there is no denying the fact that he was well read. He was a man of letters.
We are expecting much from our God by praying them. As he said, why are you praying to God? Pray to trees instead, which will give you fruits and some other things of your need. So what does it mean?
There are so many things which were very much applicable and true to his time. But I think today it is our time. The need of the hour is to harmonize diverge current of spiritualism. The need of the hour is to harmonize or to converge the divergent currents of religious philosophies. It means that samanvaya. Instead of criticizing those who are praying to God, who go to temple and ask for this thing or that thing in return of their worship or prayer, I think let them, they are also right. I do not think that they are spiritual. They are ritual in their approach towards godliness and divinity. Let them. It is also their journey, according to me. I do not say that they shouldn't do. Let them do. But all I want, or every single person, every wise person of this country would like to tell them is that please be spiritual also. We should not be fixated with rituals. We should be spiritual also. So this must have been the case when Buddha said that pray to trees instead of God. And moreover, see in our culture, do you know that when personally, I do not know how I learned from my ancestor, I do not remember, but I still remember if I am to pluck ABC, herb or shrub, to brush my teeth, I love to talk to tree. I'm sorry that I'm harming you. So I'm harming you, please bear your pain. You are sacrificing for my well-being, and I will sacrifice for world's well-being in return. Today I'm in the habit, if I'm to pluck a flower, I would tell the plant of flower, please, I am going to pluck a flower, please give me flower. What happens? Flower or the tree or the plant of flowers can understand. It will be prepared to be hurt and it will feel less pain. I feel this really. You should also try this. You should also do, whenever you have to pluck anything or you have to cut tree or you have to do anything, you should pray. And you should say that, please, I am doing this. May nature or may God give you strength to bear the pain you will be caused by my plucking you, cutting you, harming you. So this is what I do also. So it's not that Buddha did only that time. Today also we are praying. Imagine that if we are so much fixated with our temples, with the places of worship, with the idols, who will take care of nature, Mother Nature? We always say that, please do worship idol, but not at the cost of nature. We should also worship Mother Nature. And the first thing you will get is peace of mind. Sit in the nature and start communing with trees, plants, shrubs, and feel the joy and feel the soft touch of flowers. You will find very much relieved of problems, tensions. You will no longer be feeling stressed out being in the company of nature. So start communing with nature. Start communing with plants before plucking them. So please make it a point. Will you?
Yes, sir. Of course I will.
It simply came to me, or maybe I am very compassionate. I love nature. I don't want to harm it. And that was the reason that I didn't go for my own house construction. I thought I will make do with whatever I have. I will live eco-friendly life because I love nature. I cannot harm it, hurt it so much. So this is why Buddha might have told also. We should not be negative that Buddha immediately stopped idol worship. I don't think that he meant to stop us from worshipping idols, not directly. If he did, he did purposefully. He did so that we are not fixated about worshipping idols, or so that we do not worship idols at the cost of Mother Nature. So the need of the hour, you students whosoever are listening to us, we are sorry that today's outage here, power cut. So, but we wanted to do this discussion because these were the questions genuinely coming from the heart of the youth, and then I want to answer. We didn't wait for the light to come. So I just want to say that please do worship Mother Nature. The joy you will find, it will be indescribable. I am telling that this will beggar your description. Your words will fall short of giving expression to the joy you get being in the company of nature or worshipping Mother Nature. What do you say?
Sir, as we know, Buddha was a practical person. So if someone came to him for help, he did not directly help them. So he started helping them by citing examples. So my question is, what does it mean he could have answered directly without wasting time?
Yes, true. He could definitely have answered directly without wasting time. It has happened with me also many a time. There are so many students of mine, I call them fellow beings. To me, student is not just students Pichalagu. To me, students, my Shiksha are my gurus. I learn a lot from you guys. There are so many students who criticize me also sometimes. Sir, you give long speech. You make things very long. You do not answer in short. Then I answer that, dear, you've got to listen, number one. So it is good for the beginners. But sometimes I don't want to answer in words, I want to answer in actions. That's what Buddha did. Buddha answered not in words, but he answered in actions. For instance, shall I tell you a small anecdote? There is one story from his life. When one of his disciples saw a yogi walk on the water, he also wanted to walk on the water, and almost he left Buddha. And he went there and he asked the yogi, I also want to learn this technique. Buddha did not teach me. Could you please teach me? And he said, it will take 20 years. You might die. I was in the process of learning the technique of running or walking on water. But then soul is soul. Heart is heart. Truth is truth. His conscience started questioning him. I am changing my guru without the permission of my guru. So I should go to Buddha and take his permission. So he went to Buddha and he said, Bhante, allow me to join a yogi who is able to walk on the water? And Buddha did not reply at all. Buddha kept quiet, and he was waiting for the answer. And then instead of replying in words, Buddha replied in action. Do you want to listen how?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What happened? They had to cross a river. Buddha asked the boatmen to get them across the river. And when they had crossed the river, then the disciple again asked, Buddha, you did not answer my question, please, I need answer. Buddha said, didn't you get your... He said, no. In the process of crossing the river, Buddha asked the boatman how much he would charge. Boatman was very faithful. He had faith towards Buddha. He said, all I need is just anything from you. Maybe that will be feast full of rice grains. Just a feast full of rice grain. That will be kind of blessing from you. So please give me this much. And Buddha gave this much rice to him from his bhikshatan. So he gave feast full of rice. Then Buddha told his disciple that, see, you want to run over the water. What I can do with a handful of rice grains, and you will do it with the precious time of your whole life. So do you think, is it worth doing? Then he was awakened. He was awakened and he learnt that miracles can be done. But the biggest miracle is to know inside out, to awaken our real self, to अपने में जो बोध होता है ना उसको जगाना है, आत्मबोध को जगाना है, to realize yourself. So important is not to show magic of walking on the water. What is more important is to realize the self. Then he begged his pardon, touched Buddha's feet and started following Buddha. So here Buddha did not answer in words, he answered in
Action.
yes, he answered in actions. So these guys or the awakened soul do not believe in words because words are simply words. What is most important is meaning in them. More important than meaning is putting those meanings into action. It means that there should not be so much difference between words and deeds. Right? So our action, our deeds should match our words. Right? So this is how.
Sir, so my last question is, when someone came to Buddha for help, so he helped them without caring of result. So how far is it good to help others by crossing our limits?
I think, dear, you are asking very really pertinent question and very genuine questions. What happens from this platform, Shiksha Kranti, we always tell that please observe before you serve. Right? Observe means notice. Be aware who you are helping. Suppose you are helping a person who is doing unsocial work, unethical work, who is into bad things. So it will be not your help, it will not be help, but you will harm your society. You will not help, you will harm your society. How? Because if you give him 100 rupees, he will go and he will start drinking. Then he will pollute society. He will start doing unethical things. So this will lead to social evils. So you should please observe before you serve. So if Buddha did not draw a line, we cannot say anything. Actually, I do not want to comment, or if I comment, who knows what he might have thought that time. But according to me, if you want to serve today, you should
Observe.
you should observe. So don't serve without observing. If you want to serve anybody, please observe. See to it that he is the right person who deserves you. He is the right person who deserves your help, irrespective of need. He might need your help, but see that what kind of help is needed. After a point of, say, line, truth becomes a matter of individual interpretation and individual action also. Right? For instance, your journey is different, mine is different. But if we have love, we respect each other, naturally then we can be of some help to each other's journey of self-realization, can't we?
Yes, sir.
So this is why at last I always tell that जो बोध का बोझ प्रेम के कंधे ही उठा सकते हैं. नहीं, बुद्धि का मतलब है, देखो जो बुद्धि की पराकाष्ठा है वो बोध है, लेकिन बोध से काम नहीं चलेगा. बोध का बोझ जो है प्रेम के कंधे ही उठा सकते. वी शुड लव, राइट? So it was a very nice session, dear, and I'm impressed the way you ask question. Irrespective of language, क्योंकि हम फिर कहते हैं कि language is artificial, you know. Language is artificial. What is real is feelings, thoughts, these ideas. But I also want you to work with your language also. You must learn language grammatically also, which is called here, as in the beginning you said, direct communication. Direct communication and conceptual communication are learnt and taught here, as you said in the beginning. It's the time to wind up also. What do you say?
Yes, sir. That's all, sir. So thank you for being with us. That's all for today. And if you have some questions from us, so please write down in the comment section. Satyan sir will try to answer them all. And Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Vishwa.